Hi guys, welcome
back
to another episode of Cliquebait. Thank you for joining us.
We love seeing you again.
We love seeing you again, and it's been a while.
Yeah,
since the last week. Yeah, too long. We miss you, and it means a lot to us when you come say hi to us on social media and leave us cute little comments.
Thank you.
We really love it, and you guys are really sweet. So, yeah, keep doing that.
Yes.
It makes us feel good.
Should we go into clips?
Yeah, let's go into clips like immediately. Ooh.
Oh, I like that. I like that song.
Is that our new song? Do we have superpowers?
Well, New York State will become the largest state to require a bell-to-bell cell phone ban in schools. This morning, Governor Kathy Hochul announced the restriction as part of an agreement made in the upcoming state budget. The state's distraction-free schools policy will take effect this fall for all public school districts, BOCES, and charter schools. The ban includes during lunch time and study hall periods.
The bell-to-bell cell phone ban has already proven to enhance focus, foster stronger connections, and improve academic performance. At Farnsworth Middle School, we've seen firsthand how this policy helps students thrive. This decision is a significant step forward.
So essentially, they've just decided to ban cell phones in high schools.
Good.
You like that?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think they should ban cell phones. I think they should have dummy phones. I think smartphones are not good for kids in high school.
Well, what are the dummy phones for?
They just call your parents. I do think it's good to call your parents.
Yeah, but it's bell to bell, so like you can call your parents after school.
They're banning belt like during the school day. They can't
like
call
bell to bell, like morning bell to end of school bell.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So why do you need any phone then?
Well, I mean,
during school hours.
You don't, but I mean, it's really convenient to call your parents. Maybe they're late. Maybe like when I was growing up, I didn't know. I'm like, where's my mom?
No,
like,
we had no way of knowing.
Right, or like
if our parents were living or dead.
Right, or like you're late. Like it's so good. Like I remember one time my mom was late, and I like went to the nearest adult. I'm like, my mom's not here yet, and then she came. But yeah, so that's good. And tracking, you can track your kid on.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
you
great.
think it's gonna fly? Do you think the parents are gonna allow this?
I don't see why not. Listen, I don't have any children yet. So, like, am I, like, it's not like kids, do kids use calculators anymore?
No, they probably can use their phone, and their phone's not there.
So my question is, like, because do you remember, like, we would have these, when you were in high school,
Yes.
you'd have, like, the graphing calculators, and then there would be games on there, and then teachers just, like, learned how to spot you playing games.
Well, in the calculators, it was games?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, they were so good. Like, Snake. Like, Snake was a big one.
Oh.
So I was like, you
The
get
science.
really, really good at Snake because otherwise you have to learn. So I'm just asking, like, is that I get phones are like the number one distraction. Like I can't even imagine having a phone as a kid. I would never pay attention to anything ever again. But it's not like they're not going to do it.
Yeah, I think that like the parents could be like, well, I need to reach my child.
Agreed.
But the teachers, I mean, I was a substitute teacher for a little while, and it was,
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's one of my jobs. Yeah, I did it part-time substitute teaching upstate.
What grade?
All the grades from like kindergarten to high school.
And you were a mailman.
And I was a mailman also.
You've been everything.
I did a lot of jobs.
You should go to a career fair, and like a career day, and be like, okay, I'm also here for them as a mailman. Okay,
I'll tell you why all these jobs suck.
Which one helped you get the most girls?
0. What do you mean get
really?
girls?
Girls don't like mailmen?
Oh, I thought you meant like I was a grade school teacher. I was like, how does that get me?
No. Like when you're dating, like which job did any of the job? Like who do girls like that? Do girls like a male teacher or a male mailman?
I think a mailman. I think the mailman. I don't think I don't know. I don't think people think that's that sexy.
Why?
I don't know.
Who else delivers the mail? It's essential.
I think
You're an essential worker.
They don't have a calendar for mailman.
Like the UPS, that's true. there might be, but
yeah,
they're like I think the UPS guys. Those are generally like they're bringing packages.
Oh
and
yeah,
they're heavier
yeah,
and like
sexy.
My Amazon delivery guy. I'm like, you have descended from heaven. Like I thank you for your service.
Where have you been all my life?
What about your mailman?
I don't even know
I don't even know the mailman.
Wow.
It might be a woman, in which case she's invisible to me.
Right.
Female man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was a part-time on both of them. So like, I wasn't like the person that they knew the most. So it was kind of like I just pop in and then I'd be like, who is this guy? And then you're just like,
do you, as a substitute teacher interacting with, I guess the teacher's not there, that's why you're a substitute, but did you have access to teachers like that? Like, did you get to socialize with it? Okay, so did you ever hook up with a teacher?
With a, I did hook up with another substitute teacher.
You did?
Wow.
What did you guys talk about substituting?
A little bit.
I want a reality show about like a TV sitcom
be
about social.
fascinating.
Yeah, I think it'd be really funny to do like a substitute
It was
teacher
a-
sitcom.
It was pretty cool. Like as a job, it was during COVID too.
Ooh,
It was like
scandalous.
I don't know. Like it was weird because I had a mask on and they all had masks on. Nobody knew what each other looked like. I had no idea.
That's why you're all hot.
That's so hot. So when you took off the mask, was it like taking off? Was it like more intimate than being naked?
Yeah, like yeah, kind of. No, you know, like you kind of like want somebody to catch a peek of your body or something. I don't know. I would like
COVID
take
rules
a.
were so funny because
people
you
did
would
look
Not
hotter with the mask.
Well, that's the
with the
thing,
hair
of
and then
course.
everything. Like people looked hotter.
just your sexy
Yes.
eyes, like your like.
It's a very Prince of Arabia.
Oh my God! It's so like
was just
yeah,
like, if I
Muslim
could-
woman, and I COVID was such a wild time because you had to cover your face with a mask, but you could be completely naked from
Right.
the neck down, and no one like that's totally fine for COVID rules.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
have it. You could not use a condom, but as long as you had the mask on, you were
Yeah, dick
safe.
just completely on the outside of your pants, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, but if I see your nose, like I'm calling the police.
Yeah, safe sex was if you just wore an N95. But substitute teaching was a cool experience, but like kindergarten was like probably the hardest. Like the little kids are just they're crazy because you can't control them.
Do you have to follow a lesson plan really for kindergartners though? Can you just be like, let's do whatever, go run around?
Sort of like there is like if like I had to do like one. It was like an autistic class. I was not the only teacher there, but they had very like you must like make all the students like do this assignment and like they can't do it and like the kids are crying but like you have to persevere and push them and I'm like I'm just here for that day and then it's like just nonverbal autistic kids like screaming and crying and,
No.
and you're like okay it's like you have to do this math problem and you just gotta like keep doing it and like you try to stick to the plan. They say we want you to make them do all this work and read this, and then sometimes you just have to improvise. Because they'll be like, okay, this should last the whole day, and then it's over in 5
No
minutes.
You know what you
way.
remind me of? You know in Saved by the Bell, Rod Belding,
Mr. Belder.
Mr. Belding's brother, and he's like, you know what? We're not going to do any homework, and he throws a lesson plan. Like that's the vibe you give.
Tried to be a cool teacher, but like when the cell phones come out, you have to kind of be like a jerk. You have to be like, hey, put those away.
Right.
You have to be disciplinarian, but at some point you're like,
Do you care?
If-
I think it's good to collect the cell phones. I think this is a great idea.
like
it's-
Dave Chappelle style.
yeah,
exactly. Put in your
Put it
yonder
in a little-
bag.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad, but like I mean, like if they do their work and they're kind of in the back on their phone, you're like, all right, whatever.
Whatever.
But I don't know. At the same time, it's kind of they could be they're like texting each other about you or something.
Are they?
I don't know. You just assume.
But it is a distracting. I mean, the reason that a lot of kids have like ADHD and stuff is because like you're like always have a dopamine rush and like you could cheat and all this stuff. Like
I know, but imagine being a kid and always being on your phone and being used to being so stimulated, and then someone takes it away and gives you a book.
yeah, well,
And
that's
you're
why
like,
I think it's good.
I can't even be like kids must melt down.
No, they did.
The
There was one
non-
kid
I mean,
that-
I melt down, so I mean, I'm sure they do. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think this is good, so they don't have this dopamine addiction that they all have.
Yeah,
you know?
and by the way,
Yeah.
get used to the real world where people tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Get used to
And
it.
you're not allowed to look at your phone at most jobs. Like you have to put it away.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like
Really?
kind of. I
You're
don't
not
know.
allowed to look at your phone at most
well,
jobs.
if you're a front desk person or you're
Yeah,
like
I
with
feel
the
like
people,
retail or
retail,
sales,
yeah,
if you're,
yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
they're like do busy work or keep moving.
I think kids should have dummy phones. I don't think they should have apps. If I had a kid, I'd be like a dummy phone. You can call me when you're late, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's how.
Or
it is.
like you can only do math problems on it, or you can only
No social media, no YouTube, none
No
of that.
Snapchat.
Shit. None.
No.
No showing your genitals to
Because-
people.
no, but
there's
that's
some
how-
crazy that's like bullying, and there's a lot of crazy
know,
scandals
I
that are
know.
all from that.
and you're going to be sending your genitals around to people. I know you.
You're
I don't
going to
know
be
if
sending your genitals, and you're going to have genitals coming to you. Like,
Yes.
there's predators. How do you think they find you?
Yeah, they're just going to find you.
There was there was a big scandal at the school because there was like some kids that they threw a cat like against the wall. They kind of just like threw a cat, they chucked it, and then everybody was up in arms.
Yeah.
Everybody was,
What?
so like they like somebody in the high school like took this picture. They just like chucked their cat, and then there were other like boys there that were kind of like laughing, and then like somebody shared it to a parent or a teacher, and then like the whole community was like, these kids are evil.
Yeah.
Suspend them, arrest them.
But if you're saying that if they didn't have the phones, they wouldn't have chucked the cat, or they wouldn't have gotten caught.
they wouldn't have they wouldn't have wanted to record the video to send to their friends to get attention.
They did it because it's like Snapchat made
When
me do
you
it.
give your kid a phone, you're giving them porn. That's the other thing. Like literally, like it's also the porn. Like there's the most disgusting, egregious subjects of porn on the internet. It's
totally.
like,
no, it's like giving them a crack pipe.
I know. I'm like, no, I don't
No,
have
we're not
kids
doing
yet,
that.
but I'm already yelling at them.
I'm already so mad at my kids. Okay, let's do the next one.
Next one, that was good.
Yeah, good job.
Okay. The next story is a little it's a little strange. A 55-year-old Akron woman was arrested May 5th and charged with multiple drug offenses after a raccoon was discovered in her vehicle holding a meth pipe in its mouth. Officers initially conducted a traffic stop at about 7:15 after the vehicle's owner had a suspended license and active warrant.
This is why I tell people don't throw your meth pipes out. Like raccoons get to them.
And don't hang out with a raccoon. Like,
Don't you hate that?
They don't have your back.
I know. Don't you hate that when you're just like your meth pipe just like gets
Yeah.
taken by a raccoon? It's just so annoying.
Okay, but the raccoon's also in your car. Like, you did have something to do with this.
I know.
This
It
didn't
was-
just happen to you.
So it was actually her raccoon. Does that change the story at all?
Oh,
His
I
name
see
was
him.
Chewy,
Aw.
and he was actually legal.
So it's not okay. Well, I wasn't concerned about the legality of the raccoon, but
So here's another picture.
I'll say this: the way that raccoon is holding that crack pipe, he's held the crack pipe before.
Yeah,
like this is not his first time taking mommy's crack
Well,
pipe.
how is it that you don't get rabies from raising a raccoon?
Well, because it has to be rabid. Like they get rabies in the wild.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I hate.
Okay. Also, look how much crap is in her car. Like
I would-
there's just
yeah.
Was she trying to make the raccoon comfortable by having all this garbage?
Maybe it's natural habitat. It's natural habitat.
So was the
This
raccoon
is-
smoking?
No,
Was
this
it-
is not. He was imitating mommy. Like that's his mommy. And
Yeah.
he was taking mommy's crack pipe to be more like his mom.
You know what would be funny if like there was a rehab center for like raccoons. It's like a detox center.
You know how in prison, if you're like a mother, sometimes in some programs they have like a program where you can be with your kid for some time or whatever. Like maybe they have a thing where they set up an inmate with a raccoon so you can kind of see your behavior mirrored back at you.
Right.
And be like, oh, that's what it looks like when I hold a crack pipe. Like it's not.
Right.
What if
That's not good.
Maybe the drugs were actually the raccoons, and then she just took the.
Yeah, maybe he found in the trash. That's why I say don't throw out your meth pipes because raccoons get to them.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. They found a bunch of drugs. They pulled her over. They find that she's got this warrant out, and then they cuff her. They go back to the car, and they like, what is that? And the raccoon is there with the meth pipe.
Okay, can I?
And they look inside the car, and they find like all these pills and meth and everything because of the raccoon.
She's so lucky that her raccoon didn't get to the pills and meth. He could have overdosed.
That would be very irresponsible.
That would be that's
of
my
raccoon
number one
owner.
concern, and I would arrest her on raccoon endangerment charges.
Yeah, that's negligence.
It's reckless raccoon ownership, and I think that is abuse.
So additional charges related to crack cocaine possession will be presented, but
Okay,
they
so-
said that the raccoon was unharmed and they found proper documentation.
And my
Okay.
question is, is it legal for a raccoon to smoke meth?
That's a good question. Can
arrest the
animals,
raccoon?
Are
Yeah,
animals allowed to do drugs?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why doesn't
Well,
he?
they have like animal rescue, like right, animal rescue or something, animal protective services.
They
Something
just
like
take
that.
it away, but they
Yeah.
don't.
They don't arrest it.
Right.
They don't have a trial.
Oh wait, I know this story where there's this. This is local story where this person was identifying as a dog. And they're like, you can't arrest me, I'm a dog. So they took them to animal rescue. They had animal rescue service arrest you.
Wow. I think you just
Yeah,
figured
so-
it. Just claim to be an animal. You get out of it.
Do we know that was the raccoon, and it wasn't the raccoon driving, and the woman dressed like a raccoon holding the pipe?
We don't know. This is just according to the police.
Is there any data?
Look at this car.
Yeah, I would guess by the looks of that car, you would have a raccoon. That's like
What's the window?
that's on brand.
That's Raccoon Net.
Well, you know what the annoying thing about a raccoon is? They're only up at night. So
Well, if you're on meth, so are you.
yeah, that's how they. That is actually a very good point. A way to make a raccoon not nocturnal is to give them drugs.
Right. Maybe the raccoon had ADHD, and this was a way to calm it down.
Yeah, you don't know. There's mental illness. They stop the stigma of mental illness with raccoons.
I
guys.
actually think people are being really judgmental about this whole raccoon situation because I think that they needed each other clearly. The raccoon might have been helping her clean that car.
Or
Yeah.
maybe she took some of his garbage and put it in her car.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He wanted his natural habitat.
It's
That's
like how you put wood chips in for a hamster.
Right. Right.
I mean, we just had this whole conversation about Bill Belichick in the last episode. Like, what's wrong with this relationship? You know, if they both are.
No one has a problem with the raccoon. They have a problem with the raccoon smoking meth.
Well, I think the stigma of raccoon mental illness needs to be taken seriously.
yeah, I
because-
feel like no one's taking raccoon addiction seriously at all. Where is that raccoon even supposed to go? I think this is a cry for help. How many times do you think he's cried for help?
I know. And then we're like, oh, like, okay, you need
It's
this
a
pill. It's like,
raccoon.
no, I need these antidepressants. Like, what do you want? You
Right.
know?
No, I need treatment. No, I need a kind heart.
This generation, even the raccoons are depressed. They're doing meth.
Yeah.
Can you blame it?
Okay. Let's go to the next clip.
Okay, that was good, Andrew. That was a good
Thank
little...
you.
Yeah, thank you. I like it when you explain the story, too. Instead of making us read, that makes it less good.
Imagine we just read news stories the whole
Right.
time.
Would you guys like that? Would you guys like it if we read to you? Should mommy and mommy read to you?
I think that maybe
Okay.
that might be all.
That's it. Okay.
Nice.
Well, thanks for your
Do you
time,
wanna
guys.
Okay.
Talk a little bit, or
No, we're good.
end it
No,
right
no,
there?
Do you
Like I
guys
said,
want to just yap?
No, we have to still do one more half episode. So
Okay, no, this was amazing. This was just a taste of what we have to offer.
so much.
This was just a delicious little taste. This is probably like a good 15 minutes for those of you with a short raccoony attention span. And yeah, we got in, got out. You let us know. What do you prefer? A proper episode or something like this where we put our toe in and then yank it back out? And I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your wonderful day.
Yes, you do it.
You do it. And you let us know how it went.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you next week. We love you.